Hello, 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 everyone. How are we all tonight? Hope we are doing good. Let me get everything up here properly. We do need to pop out the chat, and then of course we need to share this stream on Twitter, Facebook. Let's share in our Discord. And that reminds me, I am in the Discord chat if anybody wants to pop on and chit chat. Okay, so we're just going to put it out on two other spots at this point. Parlor and Minds. Okay, so there we go. We've shared it. Let's bring up that. Bring up this. Switch to the live chat, mates. Pip pip video and all that sort of stuff, eh? Okay. Okay, so we are doing my character Queenie. She is just from over the pond. Let's put that above there. She's got a little bit of delusions of the grandeur. She thinks she should be queen. She's got all some minions and all that sort of stuff, and she's fighting for it. But she's gonna have to face my character the Wiz and to do something about it. Oh, and the Wiz is gonna be getting a little bit of help too, you know. There'll be a new hero, sort of, in England. Yeah. Oh, but now the legend of Robin Hood will be revived. But this Robin Hood is a little different, as you'll find out next week, eh? Well, I guess you could go onto my website and find out too, eh? There we go. Bring this up to full bloom. Aye, Rick. I had an edible. An edible what? Or do I want to know? Okay, so we're using Dove here as reference. Yeah, we'll employ that transformation. Anyway, how are you tonight, Ivan? I don't know. What was it that was, I guess, edible that you ate? The CBD gummy? I've never heard of the CBD gummy. Or a bad gummy? The bad gummy? Yeah. Okay, let's open with the Clip Studio there for that, and for that. I don't think I got any more besides those two picks. Any good ones anyways. Well, there's that one, but it is not too good, but I guess something's better than nothing, right? Or is this a PNG? No, that's a bitmap. It's a bitmappy. I can't even a JPEG. Okay, if we can't. Okay, we'll load up the bitmap. Okay, there we go. Let's get back over there. Let's put this down. Oh, this isn't going to work. What isn't going to work? I am well, I tell you. I am good. Okay, let's Elia. Let's. Okay, I think we're going to move Dovey here. I think we're going to move Dovey, lovey. Come in a little bit. Rick, I don't mean to alarm you, but it seems James Statham is haunting your live stream. What do you mean? Whatever would you mean? Evan? And who is James Statham? Statham? I never heard of him. And that's not me trying to be cheeky. Love? Okay, maybe I shouldn't be calling a guy love. Oh, that might not come over well. How about we call you chap? Hey, good chap. I'm just doing this voice. I will get you to the bottom of this. Says Evan Dehotep. Yeah, well. Detective Evan was on the case. Oh, well. Wouldn't the eagle like to be hearing that? Oh, I think the reason I'm doing this voice accent chap is where the girl, the bloke, Can I say bloke? Old in England, eh? Describe it, yeah. The chickie? Well, they might use chickie. We'll say chickie because we're not sure. Have you been watching Downtown Abbey? No, I've not. The character is I'm doing is called Queenie, and she thinks she's got a right to be Queen of England, and well, she's going to appear in one of my Wiz comic books, and the Wiz is going to be stopping her from trying to take over being a Queen of England and all that good stuff. Of course, the Wiz is going to get some help from a modern day Robin Hood. The mystery of Statham haunting shall forever remain a mystery. Unsolved. It shall remain unsolved. And what I end up doing this next week when I'm doing Robin Hood. Robin of Locksley. So, did you see the unboxing video that I did earlier, Evan? I started watching it. Oh well, I'm not sure how much he's saying of it. So we're gonna bring up this for a second. Yeah, so there is one. I'm thinking of making these available on the campaign. I can't see the thing right now. I should be able to bring that up. So I'm doing this. I can see the chat. I turned it off in about existential crisis. What did you have a? No. Yeah, I got these done by um, Mallet, and I'm thinking I'm gonna uh, offer them on the campaign. Um, I think we might try and see whether we can clean them up a bit. The one that didn't really, you can still read it, but can't really turn it out. Now I'm thinking too, I might get him to color them. So yeah, it'd be neat to offer these for like, I don't know, $10 Canadian, 10-12 bucks Canadian on the campaign as extras. No shipping involved because like there's nothing extra to throw in. That's a hefty price. Uh, it's just so I make a couple bucks. I'm probably let's see. I respect it. Let's see. Let's see what the conversion is for what Mallet says about charging me. And where do I put the money? Okay, I don't like. Let's see. Maybe I can just go 10. Let's see. Switch. $10 Canadian is like $8 American. Rick, I think you should. Rick, I think I should be your wooden tag supplier. I will do half as good at twice the price. I don't think that would be a good deal, Evan. Okay, now I think we need to move her again so we can see this full. What the? Great. Lovely, lovely. I can do worse on the quality. That's a sticking point. Okay, so let's take that off. Go up here and merge with layer below. Now I think we can actually move Dove. So I will finally have the Smurf video out today. I would have put it out, well, tomorrow I should say, tomorrow. I'll have this Smurfs in the Crossverse video out tomorrow, finally. I would have had it out today, except I wanted to make sure people could get the thing to know that I was on today, on for the right now. I don't know whether it sends out stuff or not anymore for me, for people. Rick, I have good news as well. Oh, well, good news is always good. No kidding. I would have thought good news was bad news for a thumber even, if you wouldn't have told me that. Okay, anyways, okay, what's your good news? I started a mini lumber mill. I'd say I got a question to make everybody feel jealous, but there's nobody around, or very few listening. So, am I the only stream you're coming to now? Of everybody that we do? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I would feel quite honored if that was so. Okay, there we got. I think we got that leg good. Time to grab the other leg. Time to get a leg up on the competition. I guess it's less good news and just wood news. I've only made a eighth scale planks of wood. How'd you do it? Did you use popsicle sticks? Then again, not a lot of people are streaming like we used to know on a regular basis. Pretty much I stopped by Mallet's channel that first night I returned. But yeah, it's good. I guess making sure you don't get too much in over your head. You try not to let things get away from you. I've been trying to put into words why I left, and I don't think I'll ever figure out the right thing to say. Yeah. You were just having some internet addiction troubles. Guess you could probably put it that way. It's pretty stressful stopping by here. Oh, if it's, like, I'm glad you're here, but if it's, stressful, you don't have to worry about stopping by. And I'm not trying to shoo you away, but I think you know what I mean. Do I have an addictive personality? I don't know whether you have an addictive personality, but you might. We can all get, I think, addicted to the right thing. No. Yeah, for some things it's easier. Some people get addicted to booze easier than others. Some people gambling, some people food. It's just learning to balance things. We can overdo anything, I think, given the right opportunities, for lack of a better way of saying it. I was just saying the easy thing, those are the vices most people can see. People can get addicted to sex. People, I'm not exactly religious. Yeah, we minorly discussed that, so I remember. People can get addicted to religion. The golden rule is very important to me. Yeah, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Oh, I think that's something we might have talked about, and I think I was telling you that even came out of the Bible. And you didn't, I don't think you knew that? Or did you? Or maybe I'm mixing something up. I was unhappy with my behavior and treatment of others. Okay, so I'm going to add a layer here to do the front of this arm. But we're going to move Dove again over here where we do this other arm. I already extended myself and stayed much longer than I wanted to. Yeah, I know that feeling. Heck, people can even get addicted with like serving. In some ways, I think I have. My motto is "Mine is but to serve," but I think it comes partly to, and again, like you said, you're not religious, but I think it can venture into this a little bit. I was doing a verse, I think it was this week or last week. Um, about being a cheerful giver. Now, most of the time, people think of that verse strictly about financially giving, but we can give of our time, our resources, and lots of other things too. And God wants us to be a cheerful giver in those, because you can give those just as easily begrudgingly as money. So, even if you're giving your time begrudgingly and all that too, it becomes toxic. To yourself and all that. And also, reminds me of a book my friend told me about when helping hurts. And I'm the sort of guy, like I've helped out in my church a lot, and sometimes I think I've been taken advantage of. But then there's also times when it's become not fun for me and I just do it out of obligation. And there's part of that in that verse that I was trying to quote about not doing it out of obligation. Let's see whether I can find that verse quickly. Cheerful giver. I hate it when I type and I think I'm typing in the box where you gotta type and you're not. Cheerful giver. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 9 verse 7. Every man according to as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loveth a cheerful giver. That's King James. Maybe we can get it in something not so. N-I-V. There. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Same. And if you can't serve or give cheerfully, I'm not sure how to say it. Probably better not to, because it poisons you to what you're doing. And believe it or not, when I did that verse this week, or last week, and maybe that's the point I got to last year. Yeah. And that's the point where I've gotten to, as well, a couple times on that here, is it's become not fun. Not, well, when I quit for a bit, I want to be able to always do this cheerfully. That head might be a bit big. Okay, so let's see. Let's move Dove here again. I'd say the difference between our situations is you don't lash out at people on the internet, at least. Yeah. Yeah. That's just from years of learning to some self-control. Not saying that you don't have any, but some of the people I've been around in my life in person. Well, there's that. Plus, I'm trying to run a business. If I lash out at people, that makes gonna make me lose customers, cause drama, all that sort of thing. Then, well, not that it would matter much over the internet, but then there's also the fact that I'm scared of myself losing control, of blacking out, and then doing something I might regret. To say it nicely. I have a huge amount of control, but I still make mistakes. Yeah, we all do. True, true, true. And like I said, I wasn't trying to say you didn't have any. I was trying to think of a way to say it so it wouldn't sound bad or whatever, or like I was bragging or whatever. We're not counting internet addiction under self-control. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, there's self-control in different areas too, right? Somebody who indulges in overeating has a lack of self-control in that, but they might have a lot of self-control in, not punching the snot out of people. It's just, I guess, learning how to have self-control in all areas of the thing. Okay, so let's see. Liking this. I can tolerate anything but a lie. Then the poo hits the fan. I think that looks good. The thumb I think is a little big in this one finger, but we can work on that at a later point. Let's see what this looks like at the moment without her in and without yeah, that's not true. I'm not too supportive of violence or assault of any kind either. Well, the poo can hit the fan in many different ways. The poo can hit the fan in a non-violent way. Okay, so now we're going to try and get this arm in. And then we get her feet. Because right now, she doesn't have a foot to stand on. We should start a forensic poo fan hitting channel studying various ways you can hit the fan like splatter analysis. Well, see, then you gotta also figure out what type of poo's hitting the fan. Is it liquid poo, semi-liquid, soft, hard? You know, if anybody came in right about now, we could literally say we were talking shit. Or we could say we were just having a crappy conversation. Or we're just shooting the shit. I guess we're not shooting the shit. Maybe we're talking about the shit getting shot. That's part of. What? What's part of the reason you left? You guessed too. No. I didn't like all the cloak and dagger stuff. Seems like a simple conversation could have resolved a lot of problems. Yeah. The problem is sometimes, how is it? I think best. Not that it means you shouldn't. The real conversations like you're talking about, which could probably usually be the simplest and should be had, usually aren't. It's like, a parent. This is probably a bad analogy. It's like a parent having to have the talk with their kids about, sex and all that stuff. And somehow they feel all embarrassed, thus they don't have it or they don't have it good or whatever. Sort of the stuff you see on sitcoms or whatever. Although, I never really sat down, my mom never really sat down and had that conversation with me. But, I don't know. Things are weird. I'm weird. So it's, I guess, conversations like that. People aren't sure how to start them without, as we were discussing a few minutes ago, they're not sure how the shit's going to hit the fan and they don't want things to get all real crappy. Cloak and Dagger is good for good surprises, for all the other stuff. So I'm not sure whether you're interested. Yeah, I thought Festivus was a good opportunity for that, but yeah, people are chicken. But there's a link in the description for a book called Trolls Exposed. I have a story in it. Basically, it's an ogre versus trolls. Here is the last page from it. It's not quite complete yet, but I gotta put some trolls in this. And the page I've been working on for... Well, I probably showed you this. Here's page 1. I gotta do more on here. Page 2. Gotta do some stuff on here. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Here's panel 2. I've been working on separately. Page 6. I've been getting the background decent. I'm working on some of the stuff. Page 7. And then just on page 8. So, yeah, that's... It's mind-blowing that completely anonymous strangers on the internet would be afraid to speak their mind on an issue to protect their image. Yeah, well, see, well, I don't know about everybody, but there is sort of the thing, too. If you're running a business, you have something to protect. If you're not running a business, you don't really have anything to protect. Or maybe if you are running a business and nobody knows what it is, like a lot of these people that try and get people canceled or whatever, they just go and harp on them or whatever, get people to... I think you know what I mean. But you do have some people that don't care, too, about that sort of stuff. About protecting, even if people know, because it's like, okay, you're gonna like me, you're gonna buy my stuff or not. It's such a I don't know. I find commodification of everything and everyone to be distasteful. Okay, the one big word there with the C, I can't figure out how to pronounce it, and not sure whether I think I might know what you mean by the whole statement in general. The thing is, this is the internet. You can't hold grudges. As far, I don't care if people like me. If I provide a good product, people would buy it. Yeah, true. But therein lies the problem sometimes. Your product may be good, but to sell it, turning things into commodities. I find turning things... find the commodification of everything and everyone to be. Oh, okay, yeah, I get that now. Yeah. Unfortunately, you can sometimes have a great product, but if you have a bad salesman, for lack of a better way of saying it, it can turn people off your product. I know this probably won't be the exact right analogy. Take Beta versus VHS for the VCR machines. Beta was the better machine. But Sanyo, I think, who invented both of them, went and gave the rights to, sold the rights to JVC or something like that. Because they did that, then JVC went and said, hey, everybody can make this machine. Make your version of it. And then with that, every company, or almost every company, tech company around at the time, started making VCRs, VHS VCRs. So they got lower price. Meanwhile, Beta, which was the better machine. Hey, Shinobi. Got, mushed in the VCR wars. And thus we had Beta VHS. And if you want to come on, Shinobi, I'm in my on-air on... Oh, no, I'm not. Am I? Yeah. I'm on my on-air and Discord if you want to come on. But also I don't value the material world or money, so I can't relate to it. Well, I just more mean relate to the situation of VCR, VHS. I just more mean the better product did not do better because of a bad decision Beta made, really, or Sanyo. But how are you doing, Shinobi? Good to see you. We were getting all philosophical here. As I'm trying to figure out how to get this hand in here. So you can either, it's up to you, Shinobi, whether you want to stay in the chat or come in Discord. That's how I bring people on now. It's just easier. Rick, I have a question, if you don't mind. Yeah, I think, as you know, I don't usually mind answering. I'll answer to the best of my ability. How would you describe me in brutal honesty? That's fun. Trying to think. That's a hard one because I have we before and after January, if you'd like. Ooh. Well, good guy, obviously. Trying to think before January. Yeah, I can probably do it because before, after January, I was starting to get to know you. But I've started to get to know you a little better after January with our talks and all that. Just like I think you've gotten to know me a little bit better since then too. Um, I for before January and even a little after, it's hard to just go because I know I'm stalling. um, and it's just because I'm half thinking at the same time, trying to how to word things, how to even figure it out in my head because not really having thought about it. But before January, like I said, yeah, I had seen you in the chat quite a bit, and other people's chat. Yeah, same here, Evan. Um, and it's like always trying to. Sometimes things blur together, and you blur stuff with the wrong person too. So I know I think I've said a thing or two. I think before January, on one stream way back when, and I think I said your name, but I just probably said your name out of not knowing any other name specifically to say or whatever, and probably didn't. You probably weren't really involved. But before January, um, like I said, I didn't know you. I know I'm stalling. I'm just trying to think. Do I know you well enough to say much about you as a person or whatever beforehand? Well, I guess if I say anything, take that into consideration. Anything not good. Good. But yeah, you obviously you did your troll stuff, which is fine. Um, Trying to think, but you're a good guy, fun guy. Uh, Really. I'm not sure what their best way to word some things. I know one thing that I can remember. Like when we were doing the whole DC online thing or trying to do it. Yeah, you did open up easily and like allow me to have an account under your name, so to speak. You know what I mean? So that was awesome in and of itself. So because I I don't know whether I could have screwed you. You didn't know me super well, so guess you were somewhat trusting. Um, Trying to think of other things. And you were there to help a lot for trying to help me with my channel, so there's that stuff too, which I would say I wasn't the nicest person. I'm okay if you say something negative, and it's okay if you rather not. Uh, I have no problem answering in the sense of trying to answer. It's gathering my, I guess, half gathering my thoughts and piecing it all together. And putting it in perspective. I'm not one to, like I said, before January, I didn't know you that well, and I'm slowly getting to know you a little bit better. But even now, probably don't know you super well. I don't know. So I try not to be too judgy or judgmental of actions, and I tend to usually 5 minutes after something happens, even sometimes, unless it's a super big negative, it flies out the window. Unless it gets all jumbled into, a big menagerie of stuff happening. Like how, doing my channel stuff here became unfun, shall we say. But yeah, and there was, like I said, you were always there to help, for the tech stuff. So, thinking about that, like I said, super helpful guy. You went out of your way to help in that stuff. So, like, I'm not sure. How would I describe me? I'm not sure whether I'm described how well I'm doing the describing. I regret not knowing when to stop. Yeah. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now. And like I said, I think I said your name once, but I think it wasn't just one person. It was all of it combined, all the time, or almost constantly, and for lack of a better way of saying it, and probably not the best way to say it, not seeing any reward for my, or very little. So, as for, okay, so before, obviously, a lot of this stuff has carried on into after January. Yeah, I have a very strong idea of the antagonizing parties. But um, before, well, like I said, helpful. I'm not sure whether generous is quite the right word, especially thinking of things. Trusting. Probably trusting is a bit more, well, generous, because you were generous with your time and helping me out in that. Uh, uh, Generous, trusting, fun, like I said, like a good laugh and all that. Silly. Not that these are bad things. There's probably more that I just can't think of off the top of my head. Now after, like I said, I'd probably say a lot of those things still remain. Probably now I'm thinking, a lot more, what the word, philosophical. I know we had a couple minor philosophical things, I think, with when I had the verse of the day. Um, Live, where I'd read something else besides the verse of the day. I think we had some minor philosophical stuff. Is philosophical? The right word for the stuff that we've been having. Trying to think. He says yes to. Yeah, so, and in the philosophical, definitely willing to learn. I'm not sure whether how that philosophical is appropriate. Willing to be, I guess, teachable. I'm not really teaching. I'm not sure what I'm doing in the conversations, in what I'm sharing. Philosophical, but trying to as you've learned a little bit, I'm one that likes to choose my words, or try to choose my words somewhat carefully. Let's see. Like I said, I guess I'm learning that you're. I'd say counseling, but it's not like I think of you as my therapist. Yeah. Oh, sometimes that's the best therapist. Somebody that that's another thing. Sometimes that's the best therapist. Somebody that you don't think of as a therapist. Like the whole adage of the bartender being the therapist. Go to the bar, spill out your guts to the bartender and talk to him. And then he brings some words of wisdom. Uh, hey, words of wisdom unless you're on The Simpsons. I speak deliberately and don't understand how people. I speak deliberately and I don't understand how people are able to find hidden meanings where there is none. Unfortunately, some people are just looking for hidden meaning whether there is none or not. And most people aren't as bad as this one friend of mine where, you'll say the sky is blue and he'll say, what do you mean you don't like me? Or why do you not like me? It's like, how does that relate? How does me saying the sky is blue relate? Hey, Rebellious. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to put some costume on her. Although part of her is not done yet. And that foot is too small. And it's really wonky. Yeah, you've been in those situations. Now that is obviously a very oversimplified version of that stuff that happened. But back to what you were saying, I agree with willing to learn and the guidance role you play. Yeah, I'm just trying to think, put it into description words. And make sure sort of is description. Well, there's something in and of itself. You can be philosophical. Our philosophical discussions shows that you are philosophical. I get that it came off people pleasing. I'm sincere, interested in personal growth. I wouldn't say people pleasing myself. I wouldn't. Well, or at least I never saw you as a people pleaser. Well, not in a bad sense, anyways. No, you know, if somebody asks you to do something, you know, I guess that's a hard one to define sometimes or see. Sometimes just because you're willing to serve doesn't mean you're a people pleaser. I just saw you as being in the community and doing your thing. Yeah, that was more of the cult stuff behind closed doors. You know, you were, I'm pretty sure you're a bit of a tech guy or a problem solver of sorts. So you were just lending your skills to a community that you were involved in. Almost no different than if one were at church and had those type of skills and they lent them to their church for whatever they needed. Oh, hey, technology, enjoy learning and solving problems. Okay. Well, I was just going based on the fact that how you were helping me with OBS and all that. Yeah, I didn't know anything about OBS. Ah, so you're a fake it till you make it person. Can sort of appreciate that. I learned it because Hangouts was shutting down. Ah. Because, you know, I also remember you, I know you helped out Mike Miller too with the OBS and stuff like that. Or I'm pretty sure you did. No, I definitely learned before offering to help. I don't respect fakers. I don't mean faker that you were a faker. It's some people know that they can. Oh yeah, Mike, Gary, Doug. I like the whole circle thing better like this. Almost the Catwoman type thing from Batman the Animated Series. I guess what I meant for fake it until you make it, sort of like, no offense. I didn't think so. It's more like, I know when I'm, 10 or whatever, and I'm like, hey mom, I want to do comics. She looks at my drawings and says, yeah, right. I don't think so. So I just kept going till, I've gotten somewhat good, decent, but also learned enough about comics to, do my own thing. Or I think you know what I mean. I wouldn't want to mislead people with verifiably false information to feed my ego or feel needed. Oh, yeah, well, it's hard to unlearn things. True. Okay, so we definitely need to work with this hand. Somehow I think we are not going to finish this tonight. We're going to have to do what we want to do with Wind from last week, and that is do a finish up video. how do you feel about karma? Uh, it's probably not the word I would use, but hey, Rebellious, glad you're back. How are you? I think there's something to it. Just in not in the way that the people that talk about it describe, but the Bible does describe something probably fairly similar. You know, what comes around goes around. How how Scripture say it? What you do to others will be met out to you. So, I'm back. Why do you feel horribly? Rebellious. I hate it when I can't think of a phrase to find a verse. Mental breakdown to personal things in your life. Oh, well, definitely sorry to hear about that for Rebellious. I will try to remember to pray for you in whatever. You don't have to tell me any details. God knows the details. I don't need to know them. In fact, you know what? I think I might do it right now. That way, I know I've done it and I haven't forgotten. Due to life being stupid. Or what it is. Lord, you know what's going on in Rebellious's life. All the personal things. Just be with her now. I know she probably doesn't believe. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. She doesn't believe, but you know, I believe in you, and just be with her, help her through these things, gird her mind up so she can get through these things, and deal with them in the best way possible. I don't know exactly what to say. You know the situation, Lord. So you help her out the best way that can help her out, whatever that might be. In your name, amen. Not the most pretty prayer, but a prayer nonetheless. Therapy is awesome, says. Okay, so let me think. Karma. See if I type. If I type that in, I probably won't get anything. But as you do to others. Yeah. All you all know, you all have to know that is medical episode. I'm very sorry to hear that, Lord. Lord. I'm very sorry to hear that, Rebellious. I know that he was a good friend to you, and it's definitely sad to hear that he won't be on your show for whatever reason it might be. It's not the one that I'm thinking of, but I did get Luke 6:31, do to others as you would have them do to you. The golden rule, basically. If you love others, if you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners love those who love them. I will try and find that verse. Let me write that down. Verse. Find verse about karma. What, Metal Clunker? Yeah, Metal Clunker's a name. Just like Rebellious Pastry's a name. Just like Cross Comics is a name. And so many other things on the internet are a name. Okay, well, like I said, I'm definitely not trying to pry Rebellious. I just know there could have been many different reasons. I don't know if I agree with that last line. What? If you love those who love others, what credit is to you? It's talking more about that's as disciples and more believers of Christ. It's more saying if you're loving others, if you love somebody who loves you as a Christian, that's no different than the non-believer. As Christians, we have to be I totally misread that as an event title. Okay. But as Christians, we need to be, or disciples of Christ, we need to be, go the extra mile. Yeah, and that's good. That's good, Rebellious. Nobody's not saying it's not good. I agree with that. Not sure if sinners love those who love them is fitting. Well, it was a different day, well, even then, well, most people love those who love them. Yeah, obviously there are the exceptions to that rule, idea, however you want to say it. I treat others the way they treat people. Not fun all the time. I'm gonna go to bed due to a bad night. Good night. Okay, good night, Rebellious. Have a better tomorrow. And have a great sleep. I'm not sure whether I'll get it for tomorrow at noon, Evan, but I will try and find that verse on the karma-like thing. Oh, so. Oh, what you sow. Think I might have remembered it. Okay, 22. I will judge you by your own words, you wicked servant. I'm reading from Luke chapter 19, verse 22. So you could go before this. His master replied, I will judge you by your own words, you wicked servant. You knew, you did. You knew, did you, that I am a hard man, taking out what I did not put in and reaping what I did not sow? Why then didn't you put the money on deposit so when I came back, I could not have collected it with interest? Then he said to those standing by, take this mina and give it. Basically, the servant here is like, I don't think that's what I'm looking for, but My boss told me to do drugs to help me sleep. um, yeah, I don't think this is quite the one that I'm looking for, but you might be able to get it, This is the parable, sort of the talents, or it's calling it minas here, where the servant, instead of, doing something with his thing, I think we've talked about this, he just sat around with it, did nothing, because he was afraid of what the master might do if he lost the oh poo my karma. Sometimes it depends on the version you look it up in. Switch to King James. That's a problem. Sometimes I remember the King James version. Words. K. Okay. You shall reap. I doubt this is someone. Well, maybe if we have sown unto you spiritual things, it is a great thing if we shall reap your. Let's see. Let's bring this back to NIV. I'm a karma chameleon. 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 Yeah. So. Do. Okay, let's see. Well, like I said, we're gonna have to finish this off stream. One day I will find the right words. Well, Hey. There we go. That's going to look good. So yeah, we'll finish this off stream. Get her face in, get her feet in, get her other hand in, get her costume on. Looks like we're going to have to change some things here because of her shoulder pads. So, yeah, thanks everybody for coming out, participating in the chat. Wish we could get more people on. Hopefully see you tomorrow at noon when I am coloring up Snowdrift number 1. We are on page... What page are we on for that? Page 6. I think we finished up this panel. We will be finishing up this panel, well, at least getting all the colors aligned, and then hopefully we will be getting on to the shading and lighting of the first 2 panels, maybe even on to panel 3. So, yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. See you all later. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day, night, whatever it might be for you. Love you all.